Good morning, my children, and welcome back for our science classes. As in our previous class, we have started our lesson number 12, which is saying something about the sound. We have seen sound. What is sound? Sound is the form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. Then we have seen how sound is being produced. So we have seen sound is being produced because of the vibrations. Now what are vibrations? Vibrations are the to and fro movement of a body about its mean position. Vibrations are the very rapid. Vibrations are the very rapid to and fro motion of a body about its mean position. Then we have seen how the vibrations are being produced. When any body is being struck or beaten, the outer surface or that whole body start vibrating, moving forward and backward at a very rapid or a fast rate, and in this way the vibrations are being produced. Then we have seen that in our body the neck region contain the voice box or the larynx, which is situated on the upper surface of the windpipe. This voice box or the larynx contain the vocal cords, means the two thin membranes. These two thin membranes start vibrating when the air is passing through it. Our lips, our teeth, our tongue and the upper part of our mouth help in making the different sounds for the different words. That all these things that we have seen. Now today we are going to start the topic that is going to say about the music and the noise. What is music? Any sound which is pleasant to hear, that is called the music. And any sound which is unpleasant to hear, that sound is irritating us, that sound is producing the discomfort in us, or it is producing the tensions in us. Such type of sound is called the noise. So we can say briefly, a music, any sound which is pleasant to hear and we like to hear that sound is attracting to us towards itself. Such type of sound is called the music. And with one more thing, this music is a mixture of pleasant sound. Music is the mixture of the pleasant sound, and the noise is the mixture of unpleasant sound. The sound which can irritate to you. By listening that sound, you will like to close your ears, and by listening that sound, you will try to move away from that place, or you will get so much tense and you will get so much angry, and you will try to shut that sound, or you will try to move away from that sound. Such type of discomfort, irritating sound is called the noise. So music is associated with a pleasant mixture of sound that make us feel good. Now my children, so let us see sound. Music. It is pleasant. P-L-E-A-S-A-N. It is pleasant to hear. It is a mixture. It is a mixture of pleasant sound. Now noise beta. It is unpleasant. Unpleasant. It is unpleasant to hear. It produces irritation. Irritation, discomfort. It produces irritation, discomfort, and stress, tension. It can even damage our ears. So my child, it is the difference between the music and the noise. Music, it is a pleasant sound. It is pleasant to hear. It is a mixture of pleasant sound. Now noise, it is unpleasant to hear. It produces irritation, discomfort, stress, tension. It can even damage our ears. It can cause the high blood pressure also. It can cause the headache also, my child. So it is about the noise and it is about the music. Now my child, now let us come to the topic that is going to say something about the musical instrument. Now we are going to come to the topic which is going to say something about the musical instrument. What are the different musical instruments? M-U-S-I-C, the musical instrument. I-N-S-T-R-U-M-E-N-T, musical instrument. What are musical instruments? Those instruments which are used to produce pleasant sound. Those instruments which are used to produce pleasant sound, they are called the musical instrument. Now these musical instruments are of musical instrument. They are of three types. They are of three types. So my child, musical instrument. Musical instrument beta, they are of three types. First one is the string. S-T-R-I-N-G, string instrument. I-N-S-T-R-U-M-E-N-T, string instrument. So first type is the string instrument. What are string instrument? Those musical instruments which have the long string. Those musical instruments which have the long string or the long wire. Those musical instruments which have the long string or the long wire, they are called the string instrument. For example, violin, sitar, guitar. So my child, musical instruments. So first one is the string instrument. Examples are the violin, sitar, guitar. So all these musical instruments contain the long string. They contain long strings. S-T-R-I-N-G, strings. These musical instruments contain the long strings. So my child, what happens when these strings are being plucked? When these strings are being plucked, they start vibrating. These strings start vibrating and they start producing the sound. So my child, the first type of the musical instrument is the string instrument. Examples of the string instrument are the violin, sitar and the guitar. All such type of the string instrument contain the long strings or the long wires. When these strings are being plucked, they start vibrating and they start producing the sound. Now the type of sound or the type of music which is being coming out, it depends upon various factors. For example, tension of the string, tension of string, then with length of vibration portion, length of vibrating, P-I-V-R-A-T-I-N-G, length of vibration portion, and on the material thickness of the string. So my child, the type of sound or the type of music produced by the string instrument depends upon tension of the string, means how much the strings are being stretched or loose. Tension of the string is how much the strings are being tight or they are loose. The length of the vibrating portion means how much portion of the string is vibrating. How much long portion of the string is vibrating. The material, what is that string made up of, whether it is made up of the hair, whether it is made up of the thin wire. Now thickness of the string means whether the string or the wire is thick or thin, So my child, musical instrument, those instruments which are used to produce pleasant sound, they are called the musical instrument. Musical instruments are of three types. First one is the string instrument. In the case of the string instrument, there are long strings. In the case of the string instrument, there are long strings which are vibrating and producing the pleasant sound. Examples of the string instrument are violin, sitar, guitar. So all these violin, sitar and the guitar, they contain the long wires or the long string stretched tied between the 2 points, my child. And when these wires or the strings are being plugged, they start vibrating and they start producing the sound. Now my child, The type of sound of the music depends upon various factors. For example, tension of the string, length of vibrating portion, material and the thickness of the string. Means tension of the string means how much the strings or the wires are tight or loose. Length of the vibrating portion means how much portion of the string or the wire is vibrating. Material means what material they are being made up of, whether they are of the thread, whether they are of the hairs, whether they are of the steel, whether they are of the iron. Now thickness of the string, thickness means whether the wires are thin or thick. Upon all these factors the sound produces difference. Now my child, after that we have the second category is the my child, it is the wind instrument. Wind, wind instrument. Wind instrument. Examples are trumpet, trumpet, harmonica, harmonica, and the flute, flute. So my child, the second category of the musical instrument is the wind instrument. The examples of the wind instrument are the trumpet, harmonica, and the flute. So my child, in the wind instrument there is a wind column. In the wind instrument there is a wind column. This wind column is vibrating. And producing the sound. So in them, vibrating, vibrating air column. Vibrating air column produces sound. So my child, the second category of the musical instrument is the wind instrument. The examples of the wind instrument are the trumpet, harmonica, and the flute. So all type of the wind instrument contain the vibrating air column. In them the air column is being there. So the air get filled in this column, and this air start vibrating, and it start producing the sound. So wind instrument contains the vibrating air column which produces the sound. Now my child, after this we will come to the topic that is going to see about the third category. The third category of the musical instrument is the percussion. Percussion, percussion instrument. The third category is the percussion. The percussion instrument. Percussion instrument. So my child, what do we mean percussion instrument? Now examples are the dholak, tabla, tabla, drum, and the dholak, dholak. So my child, percussion instrument means the skin, skin instrument. Percussion instrument means the skin instrument. Suppose if we are going to see the tabla, or the drum or the dholak, my child. If we are going to see the tabla, drum, or the dholak, they contain the thin membrane. They contain the thin membrane or the skin. Means the very thin sheet or the very thin skin they contain. When this skin is being beaten, the skin start vibrating and it start producing the sound. So percussion instrument are the skin instrument in which the skin is being beaten and the skin start vibrating and it start producing the sound. Suppose we have seen the dholak, when the ladies are beating the dholak or the musicians are beating the dholak, they are beating on the thin skin start vibrating and start producing sound. Suppose you might have seen the big drum, when they are beating the big drum with the help of the stick, then the skin of the big drum start vibrating and start producing the sound. In the same way we have seen when the musician is playing the tabla, he is beating on the skin of the tabla and the skin of the tabla start vibrating and start producing the sound. So my child, in the case of the percussion instrument, means the tabla drum, the thin membrane, the thin membrane or skin, vibrate, vibrate, to produce sound, to produce sound, produce sound. So my child, what happened? So the thin membrane or the skin vibrate to produce sound. So when this thin skin or this thin membrane is being beaten or struck, it start vibrating and start producing the sound. So beta, in this way all these musical instruments are working and they are producing the sound. Now my child, after this beta, we are seeing the next question. It is going to say about the noise. What is noise? Next, second question, noise. N-O-I is noise. So let us see my child. Any unpleasant, irritating, any unpleasant, irritating, discomfort, D-I-S-C-O-M-F-O-R-T, discomfort, causing noise, causing sound is called noise. So my child, what is noise? Any unpleasant, irritating, discomfort causing sound is called the noise. When such type of sound is continuously present in the environment, it is called the noise pollution. When such type of sound is continuously present in the environment, it is called noise pollution. NOI is noise pollution. POUTI pollution. So my child, when the unpleasant, discomfort, irritating sound is being present in the environment continuously, and it is continuously disturbing, it is called the noise pollution. So the continuous unpleasant, irritating and the discomfort causing sound in the environment is called the noise pollution. So once again, noise, what is noise? Any unpleasant, irritating, discomfort causing sound is called the noise. When such type of sound is continuously present in the environment, it is called the noise pollution. So my child, this noise pollution can cause various, any disturbing, unpleasant, irritating sound is equal to the noise. A noise can be uncomfort and annoying. A continuous noise in our environment is called the noise pollution. Continuous exposure to noise pollution can be quite harmful and can actually result in the health problems like lack of concentration. The noise pollution can cause lack of concentration, sleep disturbance. People cannot sleep properly, and stress. Severe causes of noise pollution can cause the loss of hearing. Now my child, we have seen that it is about the noise. Now let us see about the harms. Harms, harms of noise. Harms of noise pollution. Now let us see what are the various harms of the noise pollution, my child. First one is the lack of concentration. Lack of concentration means when there is a continuous noise pollution, my child, you cannot concentrate upon your work, my child. Suppose you are reading or writing and the continuous noise pollution is there, you cannot concentrate into your work. Suppose you are learning something and there is a continuous noise pollution, you cannot concentrate on your learning. Suppose if you are giving your exam and the continuous noise pollution is there, you cannot concentrate in your exam. So my child, lack of concentration. The peoples are losing their concentration power because of the continuous noise pollution. Second one is sleep disturbance. S-L-E-E-P, sleep disturbance. D-I-S-T-U-R-B-A-N-C, sleep disturbance. Suppose there is a continuous loud noise. Suppose there is a continuous loud noise in your surrounding, then you cannot concentrate properly and you cannot sleep properly. There will be a lack of proper sleep. So sleep disturbance. So continuous noise pollution causes sleep disturbance. You are not able to sleep properly and comfortably. Now third one is the hearing loss. H-E-A-R-I-N-G, hearing loss. Sometimes because of the continuous noise pollution, the peoples can lose their hearing power. Their ear gets damaged, and once the ears get damaged, they are unable to learn, they are unable to listen anything. So my child, continuous noise pollution can cause lack of concentration, sleep disturbance, hearing loss. The person can become deaf forever. Because the internal organs of the ears can get damaged. So my child, after this my child, and sometimes this noise pollution can also cause blood pressure. This can also cause blood pressure. This can cause the blood pressure problem. This can cause the irritation. It can reduce angriness. The person can get angry in a very short time. So my child, these are the various harms of the noise pollution. Now actually after this we will come to the topic that is going to say something about the ways to control. Now here is the ways to control noise pollution. What are the various ways by which we can control the noise pollution? So my child, what are the various ways by which we can control the noise pollution? So my child, first one, plant more and more green. Plant more and more green trees and shrubs. So the first solution is plant more and more green trees and the shrubs. See my child, trees and the shrubs have the power of absorbing the sound. Trees and the shrubs have the power of absorbing the sound. So suppose if we are planting more and more trees and more shrubs all around our surrounding, all around your schools, all around your colleges, all around your hospitals, all around your industries, all around your houses, all around the roadside, then my child, the noise pollution can be controlled to a certain extent. So my child, plant more and more green trees and the shrubs all around the schools, colleges, hospitals, cinema halls, big industries and the factories, and by the side of the road, because the trees have the power of absorbing the sound. Trees absorb the sound and they can reduce the noise pollution. Then my child, second is avoid. Avoid using loudspeakers. Avoid using loudspeakers. S-P-E-A-K-E-R, speakers. My child, which means we should not use the loudspeakers, because the loudspeakers are creating a lot of sound. So we should not use the loudspeakers, and suppose if we are using, we should use them in a slow volume. In the same way my child, nowadays there is the trend of using the DJs in the marriages, and the different ceremonies, my child, the use of DJs and all should be stopped. And suppose it is being used, they should be used in a very, very limited or a low volume or a less volume, so that they cannot cause any type of the problem to the other people, and the noise pollution can be saved to a certain extent. Now my child, after this we will come to know certain people are unnecessarily blowing the horns. Certain peoples are unnecessarily blowing the horns and they are creating the noise pollution. So while driving, suppose there is a need, then the horn should be used. If there is no need, unnecessary horns of the two-wheelers and the four-wheelers should not be used. Industries and the factories should be situated away from the residential areas. Industries and the factories should be situated away from the residential areas. Okay, my child. In the previous time, in the older time, suppose any industries or the factories have been set up, and suppose that industry or the factory is now in the center of the town or the village, then it should be installed, or it should be shifted far away from the residential area, so that the big machines which are being used in that industries or the factories, they cannot cause the noise pollution to the residential areas. Now after this, my child, suppose if we are playing the music system, this music system should be played in a very, very low volume. And my child, suppose if we are using our television and all, my child, suppose if we are playing them also in a loud sound, then they can also be the cause of the noise pollution. So my child, even when we are burning the crackers, my child, they are bursting and producing the sound. So my child, it is in our hand how much we are doing from our own side, how much we are initiating from our side to stop the noise pollution. If we are not going to bother, my child, then my child, it will be very difficult to us in live in such a noisy environment. So my child, these are the different ways, my child, by which we can reduce the noise pollution. So first is plant more and more trees and the shrubs all around the residential areas and all around the roads. Second thing, avoid using loudspeakers, avoid using the DJs, avoid using the loud music in your home itself, and while driving, don't use the horn unnecessarily. These are the various ways by which we can control the noise pollution. So my dear children, so by this our lesson have got completed. I hope beta you might have understood the lesson. Soon beta, in the next class I will give you the question answers of this lesson. So please complete them and learn them, my child. Thank you very much.